Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. So today is actually Mother's Day. We are going to a little get together today, so I have some things that I need to get prepped and washed and cooked and everything. So I figured I would just take you along. So anyway, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna take you along my day, see what all we can get done. Hope you enjoy. If you do while you're watching, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so first, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just start on the fruit tray. So I've got strawberries here that I just washed. I've got a pineapple, cantaloupe, mandarin oranges that I really just need to use. So we'll take these today and I'll peel them and everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it in this fruit tray. Okay, so it's been a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the salad. So I've got this spring mix here. I'm gonna have to really pick through it and see what's good and what's bad, because when they got it to me, it wasn't the best anyway. So I'm just gonna pick through this, see if I can get out some pieces that are good. And then I'm gonna do carrots, banana peppers, bacon. I'm gonna chop up this iceberg. I've got tomatoes, a red onion, and a cucumber. And then I need to make some homemade ranch. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my broccoli salad. So I've got broccoli, cauliflower here. This is 12 ounces of each. I've got some sunflower seeds I'll throw in. I've got 5 Colby Jack cheese sticks. I find that cheese sticks work better than shredded cheese because the shredded cheese just disintegrates. So highly recommend using this. And then I've got some red onion. I'm probably not gonna use all of this, but I'll just throw a handful in. And then I've got bacon cooking in the oven. So I'm gonna chop up everything, put it in here, and then we'll make our sauce. Okay, so I had to go to the store and get some mayonnaise, but I'm back. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on the sauce. So the recipe is for 12 ounces of broccoli and I doubled it. So it's 1 cup of mayo, a 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon each of salt and pepper, 2 teaspoons of vinegar. So I'm using red wine vinegar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make one batch, put it in, make another batch, put it in, just so I make sure I get my measurements correctly. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Good morning, you guys. So today is the next day. We had a great Mother's Day. We ended up going to my mother-in-law's and all of the family was there and we had a great night. We just did a bunch of foods. They smoked a pork butt and we just ate and had a good time. And then we got home at 8 o'clock last night. So we did nighttime routine and then just went to bed. So today is the first day of my new job, and I am so excited. I have prayed for this, and I've been so patient for so long, just like sticking it out in a really toxic situation, just kind of waiting for something better to come along. And I'm so thankful that it did. Everything is like falling into place, and I'm ready to close that book, because it was definitely a book, not just a chapter, and to open up a new one. So I wanted to kind of, because I know like a lot of you are invested in like everything that has happened at my now previous job. So I just kind of wanted to give you like a final update and kind of close that chapter and open up this new one. So when I put in my 2 weeks notice, I had already written a letter to my former boss, just like telling her all of the red flags, all of the reasons, everything that I felt like I needed to get off my chest. I just wrote it in a letter. And I've actually had that letter written for probably like a month now, and I've just been like proofreading it, reading it over and over and over, adding things to it, taking things away, and just like making it absolutely perfect before I gave it to her. So whenever I put my 2 weeks in, I told her, I have a letter I would like to read you. I feel like it's something that you need to hear. It's something that I need for my closure, because this job was such a huge part of my life. I was there for 6 years, and I went from 23 to basically 29. I had 2 kids there. You know, we've been through a lot together. That job was a huge part of my life, and I just needed to like have some sort of closure. So I wrote her this letter. When we had our resignation meeting, nothing went as planned. She is the type of person that will just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and not let you say a word. So even though she'll like ask you questions, in the same breath she will keep talking. And so I just shut down. I was like, you know what, you don't want to hear what I have to say, so I'm not going to give you anything. So I held on to the letter, and then I decided to print it out, put it in her mailbox on my last day along with my name tags and everything else. And so she has probably read it now. She gets there at 7. It's now 7:35. So she's probably read it by now. And that's what she got to come into on Monday morning, because she didn't want to hear it from me during that day that I told her that I had it for her. So basically, the letter was just full of all the reasons why I quit, all the red flags, basically calling her out on everything that she could have done better as a manager. And she really prides herself in like not micromanaging and really listening to us and always taking our input and blah blah blah. So she wants to pride herself on that. That's what she's going to hear. So I was very careful to not write any personal identifiers in the letter. So it's basically anonymous, even though she knows who it's from. So if it was to be put in like an employee file, you wouldn't know that it was me. I made it very, very vague. And I did not sign it. So there's that, the letter that I wrote to her. Sorry, I'm driving, so my thing's all over the place. And so my last day, like, she wasn't there. She's off on Fridays, thank God, because I didn't want to deal with that. But the doctor, of course, was there. Everyone was super sad. There were lots of tears. But it's funny because everyone was crying, but I had the biggest smile on my face, because I knew that although it is sad that I'm having to leave and the reasoning why I'm leaving, when things could have been so much better, and if the one person is the reason why I'm leaving, if she wasn't there, I would still be there, because I loved everyone that I worked with, and I built huge friendships around that place. But my last day, I felt nothing but pure joy, and I was in such a good mood. I was in such a good headspace. Everything was so positive. Everyone was crying, and I was just smiling. So that's kind of how I knew that what I'm doing is the right decision. So anyway, when I left, the doctor hugged me, and he's like, wish you the best. Thank you for everything you've done. I told him, you know, I'm sorry that I'm leaving. It is what it is. I wish you the best and all of your employees. I hope that your retirement is amazing. Like, you know, just like gave him all the best wishes. And he says, yeah, I wish the same for myself. And that just like flipped a switch in me, because it's like, how can you be so okay with this? You know, like, this manager has now ran off 8 people, including myself. And not just like people that have been there a month or two. These are people that have invested a good chunk of their life in this place, and she's just ran them off one by one. And that's what he has to say for himself. Yeah, me too. I wish the best for myself too. And I was just like, well, it was kind of like word vomit, because I didn't think before I said it, but I was like, you know, you're gonna have to do something about that clinic manager before you get the best. And then I left. I didn't even stay to hear his reaction. I just left. And that's it. You know, I have really good friends. A couple of my 2 closest friends work there still. One of them actually had an interview on Wednesday, and so she is hoping to hear back from this place sometime this week. They told her that they would have an answer by Friday, so she's really hoping sometime before then, so she can put her week's notice in and be done, because she is just as done as I am. Also, something to note, so I put my resignation in on a Monday. The next day, I got super sick. I mean, I haven't been that sick in a long time. Like, I had a fever for 5 days. And so Friday, I decided, you know, I think I'm feeling better. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and go in. And so I was able to make it an hour. And I was like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the hospital. So I ended up going to urgent care. I had a huge ear infection along with strep throat, sinus infection, just like all this stuff. And it was funny because the urgent care doctor looked into my ear barely looked in there, and she's like, yep, you got an ear infection. That's the worst I've seen in a long time. And like, I'd never had an ear infection before, so I didn't know anything about it, but yeah, I had an ear infection. I almost passed out of the shower because I was so dizzy. So yeah, it was not a good time. So Friday, whenever I left, the doctor was like, where's Lindsay? And they're like, she left sick. And he's like, oh, she's trying to use up that vacation time before she quits, huh? And they whipped around in their chairs, and they were just like, how dare you say something like that to one of your best employees that has basically invested 6 years of her life here? And so that was really like the solidifying point to my friend that is now leaving. And then my other friend, she's leaving as well. She just doesn't know when. She is looking, but she actually really enjoys what she does. So she's kind of just waiting for something to come along before she leaves. She's not just going to leave and hope for the best. So anyway, there was just so much that happened in the last like month or so, and all it did was solidify my decision. So I'm super happy with my decision. I'm happy to be able to be home and work and make more money. It's going to average out to about $600 more a month, which is insane. I don't know. I just can't. I'm so grateful. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. If you're still here, leave me some sort of emoji down below, because I've rambled on for 10 minutes, but I really wanted to just like get it all out there, let you guys know that are invested in my work life. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.